I don't want to be strong like man who look pretty. I want to be strong like bitch that fight bears in the forest.
Welcome to another episode of Bitch vs. Bear with your hosts, Amber.
Me?
You. And me, Sydney. Woohoo! Co-owners of Shield Maiden Training Co. This is a show where we bitch, laugh, and chat about all things fitness and wellness related to women in the LGBTQIA+ community.
Awesome.
Yes.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say yourself first.
I don't know.
I wasn't ready for it. I
Me?
don't know why.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, me. I'm here too. Right. Got it. On board.
I'm here. Both physically and mentally. Yes. I'm clued in.
We're doing a podcast. Okay.
Yes, we are. What is the podcast today, Amber?
Today, we're exploring a subject that touches everyone. Sounds weird. It affects everyone.
Yeah, it affects everyone.
We're not touching everyone. Yet it's often misunderstood. We're talking about body image. I feel like we kind of touch on this a lot,
Yeah.
framed in body positivity.
Yes. Yeah.
I think today we're digging a little deeper into the actual concept of body image.
Yeah. So we're like digging into that concept a little bit deeper, but also how perception is reality. So
Yes.
like how you're perceiving yourself is how you're going to present to the world. And so like
Fair.
how to navigate that, because a lot of us don't, I wouldn't say we have a great perception of ourselves.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that. All right, so in a world bombarded with unrealistic beauty standards and endless social media filters, God, I hate those, how we perceive our own bodies can impact everything from self-esteem to health choices. But what if we could shift the narrative? We're all about shifting the narrative.
We are.
What if we could embrace our bodies as they are and harness that acceptance to live healthier, happier lives? Join us as we unpack the complexities of body image. I feel like in my head, that sentence was like a National Geographic intro to like the history of the Egyptian pyramids.
Have you ever noticed
It's about as mysterious.
yeah, like when you watch those things, they don't actually tell you anything new.
Yeah.
It's very dramatic, but you're like,
I love it.
Is there history? They're just like,
Here are the pyramids.
in a tomb deep beneath the sand, there lies commercial break. And you're like, what? And then you come back and they're like, skip ahead and they're like, so in that tomb beneath the sand, there lied someone. We don't know who he was. He must have been of grave importance. There was a cat. You're like,
They seem to really like cats.
yeah, you're like, okay, I don't really get anything. But yeah, I can see where that that one was, yeah.
That's overly dramatic. Join us.
Join us now as we explore the land of the dinosaurs.
Yes.
We're going to be exploring the land of body image.
Much less exciting, to be fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so first we're going to get into what the hell is body image?
Okay,
or rather the way one perceives and feels about their physical appearance. And really, it's a critical component of our like overall well-being.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. It influences not only like our mental health, but also our emotional health, but it also the consistency and alignment of how we eat, how we exercise, and our health related behaviors. So like going to the doctor, going to the dentist, like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
We unfortunately live in a society where appearance often takes precedent.
Yeah.
And understanding the impact of body image on health behaviors is actually really essential.
Mm-hmm.
So in this episode, we hope to, one, explore why body image is a crucial part of supporting consistent and goal-aligned eating, exercise, and health-related behaviors. And we're going to maybe we'll touch on and maybe we'll examine its role in our motivation, our emotional well-being, and how we adhere to things like long-term. Also, all of those like social influences
Yes.
and overall psychological and physical health. This episode,
That feels like a lot.
yeah, well, I don't know how deep we're gonna get into all of those things, but like we're gonna touch on them.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of touching today. I don't know how I feel about
We're gonna.
that.
I don't. I'm a better word.
We're gonna skim the surface of.
Yeah, this is like a 20 to 30-minute podcast. Like we're not
We're not
diving
doing the
deep.
deep dives.
Yeah, we're not doing the deep dive on this.
Tell you to talk to your doctor about that, but they may not know either.
That is true.
All right. So a positive body image fosters intrinsic motivation, which is essential for sustaining health-related behaviors over time. And so that intrinsic motivation is the internal.
Yes.
We are motivating ourselves to
Correct.
do the things.
Yes.
When individuals appreciate and accept their bodies, they are more likely to engage in behaviors like eating nutritious foods and exercising regularly out of self-care rather than self-punishment.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's how we want it.
Yes.
This internal motivation aligns with long-term health goals as the focus shifts from achieving an idealized appearance to maintaining overall health and well-being. For instance, someone with a positive body image may choose to exercise not to lose weight, but to feel stronger, more energetic, or simply because they enjoy doing that,
Yeah.
whatever that activity is that they're exercising. This approach creates a sustainable and enjoyable routine, making it easier to adhere to that health-related behavior over the long term,
Yes.
rather than like, I'm doing this to lose weight and I don't see results, and so I'm stopping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is, in contrast, essentially a negative body image. So, like, if you go into it being like, I hate the way I look, I hate that I have, a spare tire or whatever, that negative body image often leads to what we call the extrinsic motivation, where it's those outside things that are driving us. And so those behaviors are driven more by a desire to conform to like societal standards or to fix perceived flaws. So that type of motivation is obviously less sustainable and can lead to inconsistent health behaviors. You may see some progress with that, but over the long term, it's gonna fade away.
Yeah.
So, for example, someone with a negative body image might start a restrictive diet or an intense exercise regime with the goal of rapidly changing their appearance. However, because this motivation is rooted in a dissatisfaction linked to unrealistic expectations, it quickly deteriorates. And there's usually a lot of like frustration and then ultimately they just abandon those goals. Because
Totally.
you can't,
Yeah. If your goal is to drastically change your body composition, it's not going to happen quickly.
No, it's not going to happen quickly.
And it takes so much hard work.
It does, yeah. Have you seen the like trending reels that are like, well, it only, to get the body you want, you only have to take Ozempic, be dumped by somebody, so that you were
Develop an eating disorder.
restrictive eating, change fitness programs, quickly and often. Like, it's just like this whole thing is like, no, there isn't just one thing. Like, and it never will be just one thing.
And a lot of the things that do lead to a fairly quick and drastic change in your body composition are so unhealthy.
Yes.
And they're not what you should be doing for your body.
No.
And will just lead to your body composition returning to its natural state.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was the one you were dissatisfied with to begin with.
Yeah. And
It's
so
a
you'll
whole
just
cycle.
be in yeah, exactly, a cycle.
It's an awful cycle.
Yes.
Not that there's a lot of good cycles, but
That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's look at women here specifically, since we focus on women in LGBTQ.
We do. And I would say that body image, while it affects a lot of people,
Yeah.
most people at some point, women are probably more frequently affected by it.
Yeah. Yeah. Society tends to be harder on women's bodies than
Yes.
anyone else's. Okay, so here we go. Women are often subjected to a narrow and unrealistic body standard that can lead to dissatisfaction and unhealthy behaviors. A positive body image helps us resist these pressures. Just say no. Empowering us to focus on health rather than conforming to those unrealistic societal ideals. This resilience allows us to make choices that align with our well-being, such as engaging in exercise for strength and vitality rather than simply for weight loss, and eating to nourish our bodies and enjoy what we're eating, I would add,
Yeah.
rather than restricting food to fit a certain size,
Yes.
which, like, that's no fun. Food is great. A positive body image empowers women to advocate for our own health needs, whether it's speaking up in medical settings, very scary, seeking out information and resources, or rejecting harmful beauty standards. This empowerment extends to all areas of health, leading to better self-care, more informed choices, and a stronger sense of control over our health outcomes.
And if you haven't listened to some of our more health-related topics, you should go back and do that, because as we learned, many tests and norms are set by male testing. And so, like, I saw something this morning that's like, well, blood tests were all run on males to set the norm. So when blood work comes back for a female who is like reporting something to their doctor, and that they say, oh, well, you're in the normal range, it's like, am I in the normal range for women, or am I in the normal range based on testing on males?
And am I in the normal range for a woman of my age?
Yeah. A woman of my age, like,
Oh my God.
so many things. So, like, body image comes into play in that, because, like, advocating for yourself, being like, no, all of a sudden I started carrying weight in a weird way, or I'm, like, I've noticed these changes in my body, and they run tests, it's like, oh, well, it's normal. It's like, hold on.
Is it though?
But is it though?
Oh, that's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Every time I hear something new, I'm even more disappointed in people. Science. I'm a staunch advocate of science, unless it's medical research. It's done specifically on men.
It is getting better. I mean, we're making progress in the right direction, but yeah, but knowing that and seeking clarity in those situations.
Yeah. Yeah. Like what norms are you testing me against?
Yeah.
Now I feel like I have to go back to the doctor and be like, last year you told me all my blood work was normal.
I think,
is it?
I think in that sense, considering you were at the OBGYN, like,
I don't know. They were not great OBGYNs. I won't lie.
Huh.
I'm not impressed with them.
I love my doctor there. He is great. He is wonderful.
To be fair, I was impressed by their efficiency when I first went there. But then that efficiency became detrimental in that I didn't get information when I needed it.
I don't know who you saw, but my doctor was great.
Okay, well, good for you.
I can let you know his name, but you have to go to a male doctor. I don't care. I have zero qualms about that. But he called and was like, "Hey, here's my thing. Can you help me?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, your A1C is great, like all the things." And then my follow-up appointment this past year, he remembered things from my first appointment, which had only been a year, or had been a year. So I thought it was great. I'm sorry you did not have a good experience, because my guys got awesome.
I did not. I got more information from Lauren.
Ah.
About the thing that the doctor should have told me about.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, they sucked.
Yeah. Anyways. All right, back to positivity. All right. Women with a positive body image are more likely to seek out and contribute to communities that support health promoting behaviors and body positivity. These communities provide encouragement, accountability, and a safe space to share experiences, which can be crucial for maintaining consistent health behaviors. We talk about community all the time and consistency
Yeah.
and how important it is. Being part of such a community reinforces the idea that health is not about fitting a certain mold, but about feeling good in one's own body.
Yes.
So important.
It is so important.
The number on the scale is not important as long as you are healthy and feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, there are other markers and indicators.
So many others
Yeah.
that are much more important.
And LGBTQ individuals, particularly those who are transgender or non-binary, may face additional challenges related to body image, including
makes sense.
societal expectations and, unfortunately, discrimination.
Yeah.
A positive body image can help LGBTQ individuals affirm our identities and reject those harmful norms. This self-affirmation supports those healthy behaviors and are aligned more with our true selves, whether it's pursuing hormone therapy, engaging in gender-affirming healthcare, or participating in physical activities that make us feel good about our bodies.
Love it.
Yeah. LGBTQ individuals with positive body image are better equipped to navigate the unique health challenges we may face, such as higher rates of eating disorders, substance use, and mental health issues. By valuing our bodies, we are more likely to seek out and adhere to health practices that support our long-term goals, whether it's maintaining that healthy weight, managing chronic conditions, or simply feeling comfortable and confident in our own skin.
Which we want that for everybody.
We want that for everybody. And we talk a lot about like resilience, and like I think it plays a big part in that as well, having a positive body image so that you can build more resiliency against the external factors that are you're going to encounter them.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no way to avoid them.
There isn't,
Yeah.
sadly.
The other great thing about if you are having a positive body image is that for other LGBTQ folks, we can build more affirming communities and support for health journeys. I think, if you think back to 25 years ago, so 2000, almost 2000, there was a lot of stereotypes. There still are, but one of those is like, just like the fat butch lesbian, and like
yes,
getting out of that and like creating a community where like those individuals feel safe and like it's okay to have a larger body type, like and generally what happened with those folks, and I think this ties back into queer rec leagues, is like many lesbians of the time had been athletic and like done a lot of sports, and then when they came out,
that is the pipeline.
Yeah, that is the pipeline. And when they came out, that doorway closed. And so that form of exercise was taken away from them. And so then to combat that, they're going out, they're hanging out within those safe spaces. But that oftentimes led to a lot of like drinking and things like that. So the outlet that they had been used to was no longer open to them. And then this other community was a safe space, but didn't help in contributing to a positive body image.
Yeah. Was encouraging unhealthy choices.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Poor lesbians.
Yeah. So really finding body positive and body image driven individuals can offer critical support, whether that's through LGBTQ specific health resources, which there are specifically. There's also inclusive fitness spaces.
We love that.
We love that, including ours. And peer support groups. Like, I think there's that community aspect that we don't always talk about as like a peer support group.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people think of it as like, group counseling, but
Right.
like it still can be incredibly beneficial.
Yeah.
And I think peer support group, it sounds like something you would be doing in elementary school, and I like that.
It does sound like that.
And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Should still have that as adults.
Yeah, exactly. It was quite effective in elementary school.
And
I was a peer moderator.
I was too. It's a peer mediator, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, support groups are great. And it doesn't have to be therapy or anything super official. Like maybe, you meet a group of people and you're like, hey, let's get together not at a bar
Yeah.
and talk about all these issues that we're all having that
Yeah.
are all very similar, and
Over
we don't have
coffee.
anyone else to talk to them about.
Yeah. I mean, you think back, I mean, the not that I'm an advocate for this necessarily, but I can see the usefulness of, I mean, there used to be like the ladies at the church groups,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
they would meet for coffee and like in the
Yeah.
church, rectory, and like, every Thursday, so they can talk about, I don't know, husbands, kids, all of the things, but like
Yeah.
we can still do that. We don't need that.
Yeah. And I think churches still do that. Like our friend is part of a men's group who meets
Yeah.
after church or whenever they meet. I don't know. I assume it's after church. Seems the obvious choice. But yeah, like it's that sense of community. It's that sense of people with shared values and experiences who can just get together and talk and support each other.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
And it does not have to be church related, obviously. It can be coffee related.
Yeah, it could be. They're just some of the ones who it draws to mind, because I
Yeah.
think they do it quite free. Again, because I think they meet, you have this community within the church where you're
Right.
seeing them weekly. So like
Yeah.
you've developed
it's
a
a more-
rapport.
And it's organized.
And it's
Like,
organized, yeah.
they probably have pamphlets or notices on a bulletin board or whatever.
Or to even just make an announcement to the congregation.
Yeah.
You have everybody in one place and be like, hey, we're starting, the
Yeah.
ladies' luncheon is going to happen on Wednesdays. Like,
Yeah.
come, And I think I'm using the royal we could do better about that. And, the millennials, I think.
I know, we're so not that.
Yeah. And I do
social
think
group.
that, like, in person, because I think there's a lot of that online, but I
Yeah.
think there's that element of just like human connection missing from the online forums and
Yeah.
platforms, where I think the conversation might be positive, but it's hard when you're
It's
like,
not the same.
yeah, it's not the same. So
Yeah.
peer support groups.
Love it.
We are
Love it.
on board. Yeah. So LGBTQ individuals with positive body image are more likely to advocate for their own health needs, especially in environments that may not always be affirming or supportive.
Yes.
This includes seeking out that gender affirming care, challenging discriminatory practices, and making health decisions that align with their identities and values. Really, self-advocacy is a crucial component of consistent and goal-aligned health behaviors, as it ensures that our unique needs are met in a way that supports our overall well-being, really.
Yeah. Advocating for yourself is so important.
It is, and
it
it's
can be
hard.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
such a hard thing to learn.
And it's even hard. Don't make it harder on yourself by being like, I hate my body. It doesn't do anything for me. Like, I don't think that is accurate. Like, your body
does
does
so
a
much
lot
for you.
It does a lot for you. And so thinking about it and reframing it and being like, I don't want to just lose weight. Like, I want to be able to I want to use my body for the things that I enjoy.
Yes.
And sometimes we have to do things that aren't the most fun to make sure that can happen.
Yes.
But we also have to be nice to our bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause they do a lot for us, even if it doesn't always seem like it. They
Yeah.
do a lot without you even knowing it.
Yeah.
They're constantly like doing things to keep you alive.
Yeah. True story. And, and you become very aware when they stop doing that thing.
Right. Okay, so a positive body image is a powerful tool for women and LGBTQ individuals, helping us navigate societal pressures, promote self-care, achieve long-term health goals, build supportive communities, and advocate for our health needs. By fostering a positive perception of our bodies, we can engage in consistent and goal-aligned eating, exercise, and health-related behaviors that are not only sustainable, but also affirming and empowering.
We love that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Get empowered.
I like that, thinking of it as a tool.
Yeah.
Having a positive body image is just another tool in the toolbox to be able to be like, I am resilient, I am powerful, I am awesome. Fuck off, everyone.
And the patriarchy hates it.
So, like,
'Cause it makes us confident.
Yep. Yes. And go back and listen to Assholeology on how to use that confidence.
How to advocate for yourself.
Yes.
All right.
Any last
Anything
things?
else?
No. I like that. I like that it's a tool. It's
It's a
just
tool.
another tool.
Love it.
Yeah. I think that's great.
Always want to add to your toolbox.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need to bring out a hammer when a screwdriver will do.
Yeah.
You know? Little orange juice, little vodka. A screwdriver.
That's fair. Yeah. So ladies, build up that toolbox.
Even if it's pink and like glittery, like build it up.
Right. I wish mine was pink and glittery, but it's not.
I should remedy that.
I know I should. Should bedazzle it.
You should. Your crafts project is bedazzling your toolbox.
There are real tools in there.
Yeah.
I use them all the time.
I use them all the time.
Sometimes my lesbians aren't handy. I
We're
used to
handy.
do things myself.
We just might not be available.
Available, yes. I don't have them handy.
There we go. They're not here they're not sitting waiting in the toolbox. I got it.
I don't understand why you're not just awaiting my call all the time.
Can you come hang my TV?
I think my TV is dying.
I think mine is too.
It did something really weird last night.
All right.
Anyways, all right. If you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you did, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. And yeah, that's a wrap. Remember, whether you are lifting weights or lifting each other up in those support groups, let's keep breaking barriers, building strength, and embracing our rainbow of resilience. Until next time, bitches and bears, stay fierce and stay fabulous.